Hello everyone, welcome back to replacing a Briggs Stratton V-twin sump gasket, part 2. Let's get right back into it. Let's look at the parts I got. The sump gasket and bolts came together in a white paper envelope, and the main seal came in a sealed plastic bag. Here's the part numbers for those. There's the gasket, and you can see the sump bolts come with some thread locker already applied. The instruction sheet provides the necessary torque specs and the torque sequence. The main seal is like any modern automotive shaft seal.
So I rolled up a clean dry rag and put it in the top side of the case there to soak up all the oil that was in there. That rag has picked up probably a half a pint of oil, if not more. Just sitting there soaking it up. So that does a good job. Okay. Got this nice and clean and dry. Scraped it off and then wiped it down with brake cleaner. There's no more oil on it. I think it's ready to hold the gasket pretty good. So we can see right here where the gasket got sucked in. This is the area where the leak was, the major part of the leak. It was kind of from here and here, but you can see right here. I don't know if the camera can pick this up. Let me see if I can use a pointer or something here. So I can see the line right here where the two halves of the case were squeezing that gasket. Like for example here, it's very evident. Here it's very evident where you see this inner darkened area on the gasket that was squeezed inside the case by the two halves pinching down on it. Now look over here. The darkened area on the inside. You can see it was pinching down on it here and here. Like here and here, but it looks like that section of the gasket was never really even squeezed in there. I don't know if that was installed properly or if that's really how it happens, that the gasket pulls in and see there's no marks on it as it having ever been squeezed between the two halves. So I'm not sure what happened there, but the gasket is definitely not properly aligned to where it needed to be to stop the oil from leaking out. So anyway, now I can get to work with removing the gasket from the bottom sump pan gasket sealing surfaces. Okay, the same for the sump. Looks really good. Nice and clean. This came out better than the main case of the engine. Probably because I had it up here on a work surface where I didn't have to crouch over it. I'm just going to wipe this bearing journal off and bathe it in some fresh motor oil. reassemble this. Just 10W30 motor oil. The gasket is unfortunately a little bit wavy, kind of bent or distorted, because that's just how it was in the, it comes in a paper wrapper, so going through the mail, it's impossible to keep it nice and flat. And wipe out this main bearing. Put some oil in here too. Definitely going to put some oil down in that bearing. As far as torquing these down, this is number one. It's snug. I'm just snugging them down by hand to start with. Well, this is number one over here. That's number one. Two is on the opposite side, which is over here. This is 9 and 10, and they were already snug. Okay. to dry the excess oil off inside here so the seal will seal when I put it in. Putting a little oil on the lip seal. You don't want it to be dry when you install it.
The key here is to make sure the seal doesn't catch an edge and get rolled back as it's driven in.
That's bad.
This is one of the trickier ones I've installed.
Make sure it's got some oil on it. These are a bugger.
I found that when I dropped one side in lower than the other, and I pushed the seal's lip against the lower side, it made a little space on the higher side so it could drop right in without catching on the edge. Then I made sure it was driven in evenly.
Taking a little flat-ended drift and hitting the outside edge of the seal. You can tell that it's seated. It's not moving. And it sounds like it's up against something solid. Drying off this O-ring for the oil pump seal. And the cover. I put some red RTV around here, that's all I had to help seal that O-ring. Here's the shaft for the oil pump. Goes there. There. that looks good. I still have to torque these down. And tighten them to 1/3, then 2/3, then to the final torque in the sequence shown below. Final torque value is 325 pound-inches. So I need to go like 100, 200, 325. Okay, this is a inch-pound torque wrench that goes 0 to 150, so I set the needle to 100, and as I torque, it'll get closer to 0. So when I hit 0, I know I'm at 100. It's just how I like to do it. It makes it simple. I'm just looking to hit 0. So here's number 1. Number 1 in the sequence. That's it. 2. Three is over here. Not there. 3 is here. Four is the opposite side. Okay, 5 is up here. It's already there. 6 is up here. 7 at the bottom here. 8. 9. And 10. Okay, that's 100 inch-pounds on all of them. Now I need to get a different torque wrench. Unfortunately, I have to use a foot-pound torque wrench now, because that's all I have that goes down that low. This is, I want to go to 200, like say 212. Let's try that. Foot pounds to inch pounds to foot pounds. So 212 divided by 12. 17.66666. I'll go to 18 foot pounds. foot-pounds times 12 inches equals 216. That's a pretty good number. Start out with number 1 again, which is right here. Okay. Number 2 across the way. Three. 4. 5. 6. 7. This is 8. 9. Oops. And 10. We're going to 325 foot-pounds. .325 inch-pounds divided by 12 inches, 27. So I'm taking this up to 27 foot-pounds. And that's the best I can do. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 8. 9. 10. All right. We do the best we can do, and that's under these circumstances with the equipment I have under these conditions. That's the best I can do. Okay, you can kind of grab a hold of the end of this little shaft and rotate it. And if you rotate it clockwise, you'll hear it hit in here. You hear that? Put this linkage at full throttle. Just hold that all wide open throttle. And that's the position where this needs to be. With this thing rotated all the way till it hits. And just tighten it down. This little pinch boss. And that's it. That's where the governor needs to be. Remember, you need to gently roll it this way. On the opposite side of it. set.
All right.
Now I get to bolt it down.
Nice.
Okay, now I've got to get these 4 motor mount bolts in. But first I have to get the back 2 in, and that'll help me line this plate up. This plate has to be in. During the disassembly process, I showed you where those bolts are. I'm not going to really tighten them down. I'm just going to get the screw head, the bolt head all the way flush with the surface. I'm not even going to snug it down. I'm just going to stop when it hits. This plate goes to the bolts to the bottom of the engine like this, and the drive pulley for the hydrostatic drive, the belt pulley, rotates around inside these tabs, and they're there just to keep the belt from flying out when you hit the brake and disengage the belt. I think I can get that pulley up in there. With this plate already in place. That's what I'm going to try to do. Okay, those 4 motor mount bolts are all nicely snugged down and ready to be tightened. This is the drive pulley for the hydrostatic drive. Since it's on a tapered shaft and the inside of that pulley assembly is tapered, I just smack it up there and it holds. It's the only thing holding it up. It's just a little bit of a friction fit. So I'm going to release the brake, which also engages the pulley. That'll help hold it as well. The belt's pretty snug. I didn't do a good job of showing you how to take the PTO clutch out. I think I'm going to do a better job showing you how it goes back in. Whoops. There's a key inside there. I don't know if you can see it. The shaft key. And there's a keyway on the back of the shaft here. I'm just trying to get it set up so it'll be lined up to that. You do that by moving the pulley in relationship to the clutch housing here. And there's a slot in the bottom here which goes over this tab. Just push this right up in there. Hopefully. Aha. So I managed to find Find the keyway and get this tab aligned. Alright, I'm turning the engine, so I'm going to need an assistant to hold it. Meanwhile, I have these two wire connectors to plug in. I'm going to try to show you where they go. See them there? They plug in there. Your tractor might have a molded connector to plug in there. I just have those two push-on clips. Lugs on the end of the wire. Okay, so yesterday we were loosening it, and today we're tightening it so you're on the other side. Same thing though, same principle. You ready?
Yep.
Let me see if I can do it from over here. There we go. Okay, ready?
Yep.
One more time, ready?
Yep.
Okay, that's pretty tight. Thank you.
Yep.
Should be all set.
Alright.
I don't know what the torque is supposed to be on that, but I pulled it pretty hard. Now the final tightening on these motor mount bolts.
So I put about 2.5 hours on this after I got done reassembling it. And it was 2.5 hours of pretty hard work with some particularly deep grass, tall grass. I don't see that the oil has dropped at all. Just a quick look. I'm not seeing any signs of leakage. One place I'm checking is on top of that shiv that powers the hydrostatic, because that's the first thing underneath the main seal. There's no oil on it. I don't think I have a leak there with the new seal. That's good. I'm not seeing any drips or leakage of any kind at this point. So it looks like it was a good job. Hopefully it'll hold up. And I think I'm ready to go put the hood back on. Maybe do some more mowing.